Hello everybody, Mitzi Cruz here, host of Lincoln Live. Today I have two very special guests, both with Rotary, Mr. Jerry Johnson and Joanne Hilton, and they are going to talk to us about two local upcoming events that you guys are not going to want to miss. So first of all, I want to thank you both for joining us today. And now, can you start off by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I'm Joanne Hilton, and I live in Lincoln. I'm pretty active in the community. I'm a member of the Economic Development Committee for the city, and I'm also on the board of the Downtown Lincoln Association, which gives us a lot of opportunity to promote our historic downtown. And part of that is the event we're going to talk about today. So I'm also, of course, an active member in Rotary, and Rotary does a tremendous amount for the community, both here and abroad. And we're very proud to be Rotarians and do the sort of things that change the community in a better way.
And I'm Jerry Johnson. I have been a Lincoln resident since 2001, live in Lincoln Hills, a lifelong bicyclist, which allowed me to carry on and head up the Rotary project called Tour de Lincoln, which we'll talk about later. I'm a past president of Rotary, as Joanne, and I've been a Rotarian for almost 50 years now in 5 other communities.
You can't be that old.
I know. And this is a project that's near and dear to my heart because I love riding, and we live in a really spectacular area for bicycle riding, and we want to share that with folks that are able to come out on May 11th for the Tour de Lincoln.
So you mentioned you're both past presidents for Rotary, which I think is incredible. Talk to us about Rotary, who you are, and what Rotary does in the community and abroad.
Sure. Rotary is very active in this community. In fact, we've been voted Best of Best Service Club every year for I don't know how many years. And we work closely with the elementary and the schools and the high school. In helping with children, we have a literacy program where we work with struggling third graders who are maybe struggling to read, because if they get to 4th grade, they get left behind if they don't read. So we go one-on-one with them. They read to us every 2 weeks. We spend that time together. And we have lots of other programs. We have scholarships, of course, that we do. We were instrumental in developing and opening the senior center, which has just recently opened. And Rotary was a big part of that, and a real project that we're excited about. In fact, we're looking at getting a grant through Rotary to help landscape that facility. So tons of stuff we do. We just got back from a trip to Mexico where 15 of us went down to look at some villages and look at some water treatment possibilities for us to help with. We've met some kids that we've scholarshiped over the years. Very moving discussions with them, and we all enjoyed that a great deal. Good trip. So, but we do, most of our stuff is local. By far, it's like 85% of our stuff is local.
Some other projects that we've done in the community is the bandstand at McBean Park, the community garden that is downtown. We have as Joanne said, involved in this youth literacy program, one aspect of which is the Books for Bikes program, where children who, elementary school students who meet their reading goals are eligible for a drawing and quarterly, and they draw to win a bicycle or a scooter. And that's been very effective in motivating children. So that's the kind of thing we do. We certainly support the girls softball league and the boys little league and scouting and
a whole list of things.
Yeah, we're a service club, and we place service above self is our motto. We like to support community projects that benefit the community.
And I've seen that quite a bit. My children have all gone through Carlin Coppin Elementary, so I've seen you guys there awarding bikes. I've seen you guys in community, and in every single aspect, it seems like when there is a need that needs to be filled, you guys are there, you're addressing it. I just think what you guys do is incredible, and I know everybody watching, I'm sure, feels the same way. That
Thank you.
It takes a lot of time and a lot of dedication, but here you guys are, and I don't see a lot of turnover either. On the Rotary.
We're always looking for new members, though. So you should come and have lunch with us on Thursday at noon.
I know Art's been calling me.
There you go.
I'm excited.
And another thing we did, we have a part of a district with 40 clubs in Greater Sacramento, and we raised over $150,000 for the campfire.
Oh wow, really?
And there were lots of Rotarians on the ground there for months. They still are.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Yeah, very impressive.
Yeah, thank you for that. That's awesome.
Sure.
Yeah. So a discussion we were having offline that I thought was really interesting is I understand one of the things you guys do is you give back to the high school in a big way. You're awarding scholarships for kiddos that graduate and things like that. And now they're opening another high school. So what's that going to look like?
Well, we'll certainly want to support the new one as we have the existing one, and so that kind of brings us to the importance of fundraising. And my project in particular, the Tour de Lincoln, is a major fundraiser, and we've been able to attract sponsors from our community that have really stepped up and are supporting our service projects by sponsoring the Tour de Lincoln.
Right.
So that's actually a perfect lead-in, Jerry. So Jerry's here today to talk to us about Tour de Lincoln, and Joanne's going to talk to us about the Lincoln Wine Fest. So why don't you guys give us some more information regarding...
Well, Jerry's got this cute shirt on, so he's got to talk.
Rotary, Tour de Lincoln, May 11th, a Saturday before Mother's Day is the time. The ride starts at 7. People can register through active.com. Of course, they can pay the day of the ride to ride, but that'll be at $10 more than if you register now through active.com. We have a 100 kilometer, 100K ride, which is a challenging ride involving about 3,500 feet of climbing over that course of 64 miles.
Wow.
And then we have a 32 mile called a 50K ride, which has about 1,500 feet of climbing, and a shorter quarter century 16 miles, which is a nice loop in the countryside just east and north of Lincoln. All the rides will begin and end at McBean Park. It's a fully supported ride. We have mechanical assistance from local bicycle shops, the Roseville Cyclery, Victory Velo, and Race and Multi-Sport, which is our newest bicycle shop in Lincoln, will be at our rest stops, helping people that have to have adjustments in their bicycles or minor repairs to allow them to complete the ride. We have 3 rest stops supported by our local service clubs, including Rotary, Kiwanis, Lions, and Seroptimus. And a water stop is being provided for the benefit of riders by the Lighthouse Family Resource Center. They are staffing that rest stop. At the conclusion of the ride, we have a barbecue lunch, all part of the, all paid for through the registration fee for the ride. I'm sure.
Where do you sign up?
Where do you sign up? Active.com.
There you go.
And
you're looking for volunteers?
We're looking for volunteers. We need volunteers. Take about 125 people to put on the ride.
Can I move this?
No,
just a little
sorry.
over here?
We're live right now. Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
So,
yeah, and I wanted to.
Do you want to maybe slide it a little bit?
Oh, well, I could.
there we go.
I see. Okay. And I could call out to our major sponsors. We have Regis Homes, which is our platinum sponsor. Again, this year, as they supported us last year in a major way. We also have support from Lewis Homes, from K. Kovokian Homes, and from Gladdy McBean, as well as many local store owners and professionals provide funding for the ride as well.
Wonderful. So one of the things that we do is we like to open up the conversation to those folks that are watching live at home. So anybody who has questions, comments, I'd love to get your interaction and your feedback.
So Richard says, did I hear a discussion about a riding group? Because Richard Bus does ride his bike.
Yes. So he needs more information. So Richard, excuse me, go to active.com. It sounds like the Tour de Lincoln is filling up quickly, so you don't want to miss out. You want to go ahead and go on there. It's May 11th, and you go right to active.com, and you can go ahead and sign up for that.
Janet asked, what are the requirements to be a member of the Rotary Club?
Ooh, great one.
Oh, good.
You want to take that one?
Well, sure. I mean, first of all, you have to be interested. And our motto is service above self, which I think just says it all. So if you have an idea that you want to be involved in service and you want to network and you want to have good camaraderie, love to have you come to lunch. We meet every Thursday at the Women's Club at noon.
Janet is an incredible person, and I've known her now for a while. We actually met feeding the homeless at Christmas at McLean Park.
Fabulous. Well,
Very good friend, yeah.
Got the right heart.
That's my point, yeah. She's incredible, so.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Come
good
see us.
fit.
Love to talk to you.
And then Richard says, I know about the tour, but not the riding groups. So he didn't know about the riding
Oh, okay.
groups. Yeah.
Got it.
And he's done the Tour de Lincoln twice. He says, very well put together and lots of fun.
Good.
He also
I agree.
asked why we are live at 11 this month.
We are live at 11 to accommodate our schedules, because you know how it is. You know?
Miss Mitzi's a busy lady. Good. Well, let's talk about the Wine Fest.
Yes.
The Lincoln Wine Fest is a great thing. This is our 8th year. I can't believe it. I think I was 16 when we started.
Wow.
Right. Not quite. Anyway, it's the most fun event downtown. We bring in hundreds of people. The merchants all love it. Some of them say it's the best day of the year for them. In fact, we're right here in Country Harvest, one of our venues. They'll be pouring Fawn Ridge wine right here. Patty will be serving yummy food. She does great baked goods if you haven't had them. Wonderful soups, terrific big quiches and things like that. Great food here at Country Harvest. She'll be actually supplying food for 3 of our venues. So that's terrific and a lot of work for them, but she does the best job. So then, there's other places like Bonaratti's, of course, will have somebody pouring there. Double Barrel over at the new Bierman building, and they're ensconced in there. They will have Chotty wine there. So there'll be 18 venues downtown. You come to the Bierman Plaza and sign in, and you get your wine glass and your wristband that says you're 21 and your program, and off you go. And it's all within a 2-block radius. And the ambiance is just really uplifting and fun. People are very friendly. The merchants are loving it. They're friendly. Everybody has a great time. So you go around into the shops where they're pouring the wine and serving finger food. There's also craft beer at Freedom Rides, the motorcycle place down the end. They'll be having 4 different craft beers. And so we've added that in to round it out. And those bike riders like beer after they ride.
That's true.
The other thing that we've added, and this is our new addition, we always try to get something a little new, is we have kombucha beer.
Ooh.
Yes, it's a real new concept. It's
Yeah.
fermented kombucha. I love it. It's like healthy beer.
Right.
What a concept. And we'll be serving that over at the new shop, La Piccolina, which is the toddlers and infants.
Yeah.
Wonderful, beautiful shop. So all those things will come together, and then at the end, you get to go back to the plaza, and we'll have a raffle. And we'll also have the bottle shop open, so that if you've been tasting wine and taking your notes on our little sales order sheet, then you can go back to the bottle shop and buy wine by the bottle. We set up a whole retail shop for one day to do that, so that you don't have to walk around with the wine. And my husband does that. I have to give him credit, Mike. So let me just mention why we do this.
Yes.
This is really a community service project for us, not a fundraiser. And the reason is we saw that people were not coming downtown to shop as much as they should. We have what's called sales tax leakage. That's what happens when you go to Rockland or Roseville to buy things instead of downtown Lincoln. So we thought to address that, we wanted to bring people into the shops, into the restaurants, into the retail outlets, so that they could see how quaint they are, what great merchandise they have, what friendly people they have, and support those folks. Because if you're worried about police and fire, the way you do that is sales tax. The way you fund that, the general fund, is through sales tax primarily. So every time you turn left and go down to Roseville or Rockland, you're giving them 3 to 4 times more per capita in sales tax than we have here. So if you want police and fire, come to the Wine Fest, discover all the shops, and then come back and shop here.
Thank you. That was absolutely perfect.
I think it was. I'm passionate about it.
Yeah, I see that.
I just add that the tour of Lincoln, this is actually the 18th year
Oh,
for the
okay.
tour. And we are going to have craft beer at our barbecue. It's being provided by Dueling Dog Brewery in town. That's something new
Lincoln.
this year.
They're in Lincoln.
Yeah.
So beer
Right.
after the bike
After the ride.
not before.
Not before.
Well,
Got it.
we do have one rest stop at the Rancho Robles Vineyard. So
Well, there you go.
there's a possibility
are.
for
There you are, a little-
some self-medication if you get really sore muscles.
And that is a beautiful venue, Rancho
Yeah.
Roble. If you haven't been there, it's just gorgeous. And they will be pouring as well at Bonerati.
Yes. So we actually did our very first Lincoln Live guest appreciation party, and that was our venue.
Ah,
we were
great.
there at Rancho Robles. So
Ah.
definitely next one, you guys will have invitations, and you guys can come and hang out with us.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
All right.
And
Yeah.
they serve wine too, right?
They do.
All right.
So, what questions do you guys have in regards to the Lincoln Wine Fest?
Janet does ask the date and time for the wine
Good
fest.
question. It is this Saturday, April 27th, from 1 to 5 p.m. And the tickets are selling fast.
So how
What
many
we
do you
did
think you have left?
left, we're probably going to cut it off on the day. So I would think that they're not going to be all that many on the day. Maybe 100 at most, I would think.
And how do you register now?
You go online to lincolnwinefest.org and get your tickets right there. And they're $40 in advance, $45 on the day. We also have a designated driver option. So if you bring a whole bunch of you and somebody gets to be designated driver, they'll get water and of course the food, and they can go to all the venues as well.
So I have to mention, Janet, actually getting together a group of ladies. So I'll talk to you offline, and you can join us.
And this year we did a group discount if there's 6. So you need 6 and you're good to go. You get $35 per. That's really been popular.
Yeah, absolutely.
And one other option is we have an active military discount. It's only $20 for active military, and you do need to show your ID.
Now I saw that, so that is wonderful. I went to buy tickets. I went to sign up the other night, and I hadn't heard back from a couple gals, so we didn't get our tickets. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and do that. But I thought that was great. You guys are honoring our local active military with a $20.
Yes.
I mean, that's a half price discount, guys. So yeah, definitely get your tickets. And
We get a lot of folks
Take
from
advantage.
Beale coming down,
Oh.
so we want to support them and support our troops. So
Definitely.
That's what we do. Yep.
so, what other questions do we have? Comments?
So Keela says, we love wine, ladies' night. Stacy Heisey says hi, and she can't wait for the wine fest.
Terrific. We get a lot of ladies. Usually there's at least 1 or 2 bridal group. You know, they're out with the bride. They have fun.
Janet says, yay, I'll be the DD.
Good.
Awesome.
And then, what does the Tour de Lincoln support? So I know WineFest supports for.
Well, it's a
Downtown.
community.
Yeah, it's a community service. We really.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the Tour de Lincoln supports service projects that Lincoln Rotary Club is involved in. So, youth groups,
Seniors. Veterans.
Yeah.
Lots of yeah.
So, you guys, I don't know if either one of you caught our interview last week with the Lincoln Hills Foundation, and a lot of people who are watching, I'm sure you guys saw our interview last week, so I won't bore you with the same story, but go back and catch that story with the Lincoln Hills Foundation, because
Jerry's a former president.
yes, no, I know.
And I'm on the foundation now, and we're actually having a bingo game this afternoon at beginning at 1 o'clock, and that's why one of the reasons why this interview was stepped up, so I could get back to call bingo.
Yeah. Well, and the reason I bring it up is because so my dad actually goes to the senior center every single day. You'll have to catch the interview to get the rest of the story. But
Okay. Oh, I have to watch that then.
yeah, but
Okay.
it has changed our whole lives.
Oh, wow.
And I'll let you watch
In a
the
positive
interview,
way, I
but-
hope.
What's that?
In a positive way.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I can't even say enough good things about just how incredible you guys are and everything you guys do, and just really the way that you really truly impact lives in a lasting way.
Thank you.
It's incredible.
Yes, we do a lot of good stuff.
What is your next project that you're working on?
Globally, did you say?
Globally.
Yes, locally, what is your next project?
I think it's going to be a water project in Mexico. But we do a fair, 5 or 6 projects where we help fund them, and that way we are able mostly to leverage, because if we get a grant agreed upon by Rotary International, then they throw in money too, so we can really help even more. The one I'm most proud of, to go back in time, is we helped set up a maternal health clinic in a very, very poor barrio where there was no ability for the women to get any help, and that's saved a lot of lives, because a lot of them were dying of cervical cancer, and that's been wiped out. So I'm very proud of that. We we helped fund a van that goes around to so the women can get examined, etc. Breast exams, things like that. So we do a lot of good stuff as well here. I think changing lives is something we just love to do. One of the things we do is a youth leadership camp that Rotary sponsors, and it's for high school kids who are between junior and senior year. And I've been a counselor there 3 times, and it is absolutely life-changing. The kids come back in a completely different mode. They don't have cell phones for a week, and so there's a new dynamic called live conversation, and they look you in the eyes. They come back just so energized and so excited about what they've done, and the obstacles that they can shed to keep them from succeeding are just phenomenal. So just one of the many things we do. I happen to be the youth services chair for the district, so I have like Rotary youth leadership as camp, as well as our youth exchange. And in case you didn't know, we have our own youth exchange student here at Lincoln that Rotary sponsors, and she's from Denmark, and she's a lovely young lady, Signe. And she's been here all school year, and will be going home, after the school year's over.
That is awesome.
Yeah, the whole idea is to promote peace.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea.
That's
Get
right.
people to know each other better, talk, share cultures.
One of the international projects that I've been so fascinated with is a water filtration project. And in third world countries, you often have a high incidence of dysentery and other problems as a result of impure water, where you have microbes and germs in the water. And we found a way to build these water filters out of clay and sawdust, and then they're fired, and the sawdust burns away, leaving pores within the core of the clay, and then water can be poured through. You put one of these filters in the middle of a 5-gallon jug, and then pour the contaminated water in from the top, and then it passes through the filter and collects in another container, and within about an hour, you can get 2 gallons of fresh water, and you are eliminating 99.9% of the problem.
Arsenic and all those things that cause kidney disease and things as well.
Right, and so we actually the filter we can produce for $5 a piece, but the project involves teaching people how to use them, puts them through a talk with the local doctor and some training on how to use these things, and then they received their certificate and received the water filtration project. And we were down in Mexico. Incidentally, we paid for our own way down. That wasn't a Rotary thing. I mean, a Rotary payment was from our personal accounts. And we were able to hand out, was it 50?
I think it was 50,
50 filters while we were down there in a Mexican
and they last 5
village.
years. So that changes lives because the children get sick anymore.
Right.
So there's a lot of kidney disease in that area.
It's the leading cause of child dysentery and diarrhea. Is the leading cause of death in these third world countries.
Wow.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, my goodness. So, well, I want to just, again, thank you both for all that you do. You guys are just phenomenal people, and Rotary is a phenomenal organization. And
well, we have fun, too.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
You know, and I see, you know, the lineup of the folks that are part of the Rotary are just all incredible, wonderful people and do so much in our community. Now, I just wanted to ask, did you guys have any final thoughts or anything that we haven't talked about that you also wanted to mention?
Get your tickets if you want to come to the Wine Fest, because it's going to sell out, pretty sure. And it's a great time. So hopefully you'll be there.
Good. And I'd encourage people to sign up on active.com for the Tour de Lincoln. And you can save $10 off the price of the registration fee if you pay the day of the event. So
and both of us are looking for volunteers too. If you just want to come and work.
Yeah,
we can have a 2-hour shift at the Wine Fest, and you get a discounted ticket, and you can taste for the other 2 hours.
Yeah, and that's the same with the tour. If you want to volunteer early in the morning and ride later, or ride early and work later, that's certainly a possibility.
And I guess I just want to say one more thing. We have food suppliers who give the food, and we ask them to supply 300 pieces of finger food the first 2 hours and another 300 pieces the second hour. Those food suppliers are just amazing. You know, Mr. Pickles, Los Gallos, Bonarati, Double Barrel, Country Harvest. There's just a line on Fuki Fudge, Blabbermouth Chocolate. It'll be terrific food, and Tres Hermanos, El Pateo. There's just a whole list of them that they give, and they have a staff person there. So really want to thank them for their support.
And I had an interesting story. I was just in the race and multi-sports shop this last week, and I saw that they had some Cytomax, which is an energy drink, sort of what you put in your water to provide energy on the course of a ride. And we offer that as well as water on the rest stops. And I saw a couple of large containers of the Cytomax that go for $30 or $40 a piece. And I said, you know, I've got to buy a couple of those. Could I buy those for the ride? He says, no, you can have them.
That's great.
They gave us the Cytomax that we need for our rest stops, and that's really great of them.
That's wonderful.
Good local firm.
Yep. We have some wonderful folks in Lincoln, there's no doubt.
Yeah, we do. So that brings us to the raffle, guys. So this week we're going to be raffling off one registration for the Tour de Lincoln. So if you guys like this video, comment, share it by noon tomorrow. You will be entered into this week's raffle. Again, that's a registration, good for one, for the Tour de Lincoln. So definitely share this video, comment, share, let us know you shared, and you will be entered into that raffle, and we'll go ahead and get everybody tallied up and get that done at some point tomorrow. So I want to thank you both, Joanne and Jerry. You guys have been incredible. And
well, thank you, Mitzi.
Thank you. Yes, wonderful opportunity.
Terrific.
Thank you.
Love that you do this.
Thank you.
I enjoy watching them.
Thank you. We have such a good time. We really do. So
good.
Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. You can have a great week, and we'll see you soon.